Switzerland is known for its public transportation. Cities bustle with trains, buses, and trams. When it comes to electric transportation, trams and trains get most of the attention. But the real workhorse that unites Swiss cities isn't the tram. It's this, the trolleybus. Switzerland has only a handful of tram systems, but it does have 13 trolleybus networks, running everywhere from Zurich, the largest, to smaller places like Montreux and Vevey. And among Swiss cities with more than 50,000 residents, only two don't have a trolleybus system. Lugano, which closed its network in 2001, and one other city, a city that stands out like a sore thumb up among the largest in the country, a city that broke Switzerland's trolleybus tradition. Welcome back on the Rhine, because today we are once again looking at Basel. Basel's lack of trolleybuses wasn't always the case. In fact, just like Lugano and many others, Basel used to have a trolleybus network. But not only did they close it, they were the last to do so and not reopen the same system since. So let's look at some history. In 1941, during wartime fuel shortages, Switzerland needed to reduce its reliance on oil. Electric traction, fed by domestic hydropower, became the safest, most reliable option. From major train lines to electric steam locomotives and trolleybuses. And as such, Basel opened its first trolleybus line, Route 31, running from Klaraplatz to Hörnli. And more lines followed, Route 34 in 1956 and Route 33 in 1968, as well as extensions to existing routes. But Basel never built its network with long-term strategy in mind. The expansions were pragmatic, reactive. Extensions made because existing wires made them easy, not because the city was committed to the technology. And that weak foundation would come to haunt the system later. Despite their quiet operation and zero local emissions, Basel's trolleybuses never enjoyed the political support they had in other Swiss cities. Over time, the system aged. Upgrades were sparse and at times miscalculated, such as the acquisition of the low-floor Neoplan trolleys in 1992, which were so unreliable that it prompted doubt in the entire technology. But by the 2000s, Basel faced a choice: invest heavily in modernization or shut the system down entirely. And Basel chose the latter. As in 2007, an initiative to save the trolleybus network was rejected by the population. According to the BBB's later explanation, this decision was driven by three key arguments: a desire for a simplified bus system, high maintenance costs for the aging trolley infrastructure, and the claim that trolleybuses were too inflexible. And thus, in 2008, Basel shut its trolleybus system down for good. Voters were promised a replacement with CNG, compressed natural gas. At the time, it was marketed as a clean alternative to diesel. In hindsight for Basel, it turned out to be a fossil fuel bridge with no long-term future, and as such, the very next order of buses was made substituting CNG once again with diesel. And just like that, one of Basel's zero-emission transport systems was gone. And yet, in 2015, Basel changed course once again, but this time not back to CNG. The canton amended its transport law. From 2027, all public transportation within the city limits of Basel must run on 100% renewable energy. Suddenly, not only was CNG obsolete, but diesel was out too, and hybrids weren't enough either. No, Basel needed electric buses again. But instead of reconsidering the trolleybus, which many Swiss cities were actively modernizing at the time, the BVB committed to battery electric buses. Their main justification was unsurprising. Trolleybuses are less flexible, and installing the wires would be far too expensive and unpopular. Now, modern trolleybuses can run on long stretches of wire, bypass construction, and charge while driving. So I'll leave it up to you whether that part of the argument was valid. But frankly, concerning both popularity and cost of reinstalling the wires, they may have been right. But this does mean that Basel once had continuous in-motion charging, and yet today it relies on stationary charging, periods when the bus sits idle and unproductive, just to get through the day. Basel will get its fully electric fleet by 2027. They are well on their way. But the journey is undeniably ironic. Basel removed its electric buses, replaced them with fossil fuel vehicles, then declared that all buses must be electric again within 15 years. In the end, Basel broke Switzerland's trolleybus tradition, only to spend the next decade trying to rebuild the electric future it once had.